You know, the thing every user wants to do is they just want to be productive. They want to have the kind of rich capabilities that they have in their personal life, in their business life, and they just want it to work, and they don't want to have any roadblocks in their way. So we talk about managed mobile productivity. Managed mobile productivity is all about delivering everything your users need in a customized, personalized way on any device. Your users just should be able to go pick up any device in the world, authenticate, and after we verified who they are, everything they need to do their job should just be delivered to them. Let's actually see what it looks like in action. Let's get a demo equipment here. This isn't an iPad.
Sorry.
All right, so let's take a look at some of the things that we've done here to really make it easier for your users. And the first thing we're going to start with here is just how your users from a self-service experience can get all the applications that they need. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to go into the Manage browser. So this is an EMS browser that allows you to manage and have all of your corporate browsing contained within one browser. And I come in here and I can go into My Apps. When I go into My Apps, I get this personalized experience that is aware of the device that I'm working on, and it delivers down to me all the applications that I need to get my job done. These can be SaaS apps, and incidentally, we actually managed to have it integrated with more than 3,000 of the cloud apps in the world. I can get web apps. I can get native apps that are coming from the store. I can get apps that have been built by your company that are then being sideloaded and in, but I get it all in one place, and it literally is just a couple of touches, and I can provision any application that I need to get my job done. Notice here I'm going to go into Salesforce, and what I want you to notice here is just how beautiful that single sign-on experience is. One of the core values of EMS is we have done the integration work, again, with more than 3,000 cloud apps to deliver to you that single sign-on experience so this is easy and fluid for your users. Now, as we talk about passwords, one of the most interesting things is passwords still account for more than 20% of the help desk calls. One of the most commonly used capabilities of EMS is the self-service password reset. Right here you can see how easy it is for me as a user to go in and without having to call the help desk, without having to call IT, I can go out and I can reset my password. Many organizations are able to pay for EMS just with the self-service password reset value. One of the least known capabilities of EMS is what we call groups. And what this allows you to do is you can go out and create custom groups and add the individuals into those groups that you want to collaborate with. It also gives you the ability to go and join groups, and it's all about making it a self-service experience so users can share and collaborate with the people that they want to in an effortless way. These are all capabilities in EMS in a seamless way deliver down to your users everything they need to do to get their job done on any device. You know, we talk about managed mobile productivity. And at the core of what we're talking about here is delivering that work experience that your users love and that you trust. There's a number of challenges doing this. The experience has to be seamless. Your users want that unmistakably office experience across all of their devices. And you know what? We believe in productivity without compromises on all devices. So what we've done here at Microsoft over the past couple of years is we've been engineering the EMS solution to work with Office 365 in a way that is able to guide the user. They feel empowered, they feel like they can get their job done, but the user is guided to keep the corporate data secure and protected. And at the same time, we also know that our applications, the Office mobile apps, are used in people's personal lives and their business lives. And so we had to figure out that way to protect the company data, but at the same time, when the user's working in a personal document, we want to protect the user's privacy and stay out of that. So let's just take a look at this experience. And I think as you see the experience itself, you'll see how we have focused on both the end user and IT. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into Word. Okay, I'm Word on an iPad. And the first thing I want to call your attention to here is I can open documents from 5 different places. OneDrive for Business, OneDrive, SharePoint, Dropbox, and from the iPad. Now, one of the things we had to figure out was we had to be able to identify when the user's in a corporate document to automatically apply data protection, but when the user's in a personal document, stay out of it. And we do it based on identity. And you're going to see throughout this deep dive, identity is at the core of everything we do. So the way we do it is when a user goes and opens a corporate document or a place that requires their corporate credentials to get access to, we automatically apply data protection to it. So I'm going to go open up this document from OneDrive for Business. And because I opened it from a place that required my corporate username and password, as the document opens, it's automatically applying data protection. Now, if I go try to save that to a non-approved location, like Dropbox, you can see the experience here. The user is guided in a very seamless way to keep the corporate documents in corporate locations. Okay, now if I go and I save it into OneDrive for Business, I can save it. but we help the user and we guide the user to keep the corporate documents secure. Now, users expect to be able to copy and paste and share data across applications. It's been a fundamental part of Office, since the beginning. So let me show you some of the innovations we've done here as well. I'm going to go into Word here, and I'm going to copy a paragraph. Now, let's go over into Outlook. Inside of Outlook, I'm going to go and I'm going to create a corporate email. I'm in my corporate email account right now. I'm going to go and I'm going to paste that, and paste works just exactly the way you would expect it to work, and I'm able to share corporate data across corporate applications. But if I do that exact same thing, and this time I'm in my personal email, when I go to paste, look what happens. Again, the user is guided to keep the company data secure, and in this case, the paste option doesn't appear. One of the things that we've learned over the years here as we've built this is building an experience that is loved by users and trusted by IT is actually really hard. To do both of those, you have to engineer the solution from the ground up with the end user in mind and IT in mind. This is work that we have done across EMS and Office 365, and this is very unique capabilities, and this is the kind of experience your users want. Now, I've shown you this with the Microsoft applications, but this level of control, this level of data protection applies to our partners as well as to your own internal applications. So first of all, I'm going to go in here and show you a similar demo. This time I'm going to bring up Adobe. Now notice as it loads it says Adobe for Intune. Adobe has actually taken the MAM controls of EMS and embedded that into their application. So now this can behave just like all the other applications, and we can treat it as a corporate app. So now I'm going to go take that exact same paragraph that I took from Word, and you can see here I can now paste that into Acrobat. Okay, so third parties are embracing our MAM controls and embedding that into their applications as well. We also have an SDK and a wrapper that allows you to take all of your own applications that you are developing, EMS enable that so that they can participate fully in this secure and data protection environment. Now, we've shown you data protection on iOS. Let's show you some of the innovation we've done in Windows 10 with what we call Windows Information Protection. This is a native capability that comes in Windows 10 that EMS is integrated with and manages. So first, what you're looking at here is I'm going to go open a document in Word. And again, we've talked about the importance of identity. Look at the column right there that says file ownership. When I open this particular document, because it is a corporate document, look, it's associated with my corporate identity. As the document opens, again, data protection is automatically going to be applied. So it opens up into Word, and again, because it is a corporate document, it's going to apply that data protection to it. I'm going to go and select a paragraph, copy that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Twitter. Now I'm going to go into Twitter, and when I try to paste this in, notice what happens here. When I go to paste, it pops up this dialog and it says, hey, if this is personal content, you need to actually change it to personal content. If it's corporate content, you shouldn't paste it into Twitter. The beauty of this is we empower the user to make decisions. So in this case, if this was personal content, I could say change it to personal. It would actually log it for audit purposes, but the user is empowered to do what they need to do in their personal life and in their business life, and that's the importance of this multi-user capability when you talk about mobile application management and the controls. These controls we just showed you inside of the Office mobile applications are all about helping and guiding the user to take care of and protect company data. Our view on this is different than others in the industry. We actually believe that if you're going to try to protect data, the ultimate way to do that is to have data become self-protecting. So another one of the innovations in enterprise mobility and security is the ability for us to actually store in the document itself the privileges and the identities of the individuals who have the rights to access a file. Now, one of the challenges is how do you help guide users to classify data appropriately? It's an age-old problem. And so what I want to show you now is some of the innovation that we've done inside of EMS to guide the user and help them classify, and even in cases, auto-classify data to make sure that we protect those company assets. And to do that, I'm going to switch to a Surface. So here I am on a Surface, and I'm in Word. Now, one of the innovations that we've done here is we actually give the user the ability for them to be able to self-classify the data. Who knows better than the user, the person who's actually creating the content, what the classification should be. So in this case right here, you can see that I'm working in this document. It currently is not set to have any kind of controls on it. But this is a legal document. I want to go set this to the legal department only. I want it to be a document that can only be viewed by the legal department. I can go set that. And just that simple task right there now has embedded into the file itself that only the legal department at my company can open that file. You can take a look here. It's now put a watermark on that. You can see the footer. Now, if I were to actually go out and share this file with anybody, unless they were part of the legal department, they could not access the file. Now, this idea of self-classification, or the user classifying the data, sometimes the users forget. So we also have the ability here to also go out and have it be auto-classified. So here I am now in Excel, and I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go paste in some credit card numbers. Now, once I've pasted those credit card numbers in, when I go to save, the rules that have been set up by the IT professional say that if there are credit card numbers, I automatically want to classify this as confidential. And you see that's what's happened. But we also want to empower the users. So say that this was a personal budget, not a corporate budget. The user could actually come in and override that policy and say, hey, this is actually a personal document. The user is still empowered. The user is in control of the data. But it's all about guiding the user to do the right thing. Now, even taking this further with some of the Office integration, now let's say I went out and tried to share that file. Just the action of attaching that file to an email, you can see here that Office, when it detects that I'm trying to send this to an external individual, it comes up and gives me this tech tip that says, really, do you want to do this? This is a confidential document that you're sharing with somebody outside of the company. And you can see here that, in fact, when I remove that document, that tip is taken away. And so you see all of this integration that we've done here to where we guide the user to classify the data. We can auto-classify that data. Those rights that are stored in the file, that file becomes self-protecting. And then in the case where you try to go share this with people outside the organization, again, we're guiding the user to take care of the company assets. Very unique capabilities to this combination of enterprise mobility and security and Office 365. All right, one last thing I want to show you in terms of Azure information protection. Kind of the holy grail of document protection is the ability to actually see who's opened a file, who's attempted to open it, where it's been blocked, and where in the world they were. We deliver that here with Azure Information Protection. So what I'm going to show you now is this tracking portal where you can actually go in and any document that you've shared that is protected with Azure Information Protection, look at what you can see here. First of all, I can see all the users that have tried to open this file. I can see if they were successful or unsuccessful, and I can really quickly do a scan on that and see if I recognize those names. It's interesting, there's this individual here that's been trying to open up the document. Looks like he's tried to open it 9 times. I want to go learn more about him. So I can go take a look and I can see a timeline of when the documents were opened, by day. Green is successful, orange is unsuccessful. I can actually go get a map view of it as well. So this gives me a view worldwide, and I can actually now drill in and see exactly where in the world this particular individual was when he was trying to open the document. Now, of course, we've protected that document and the user's not being able to see it. But if for any reason I think that I need to revoke access, literally, it's just a couple of touches, a couple of clicks, and no one can access that document anywhere in the world ever again. This is what we mean with self-protecting documents. This is unique to Azure Information Protection and EMS. All right, so manage mobile productivity. It's all about enabling your users to do their best work on any device, anywhere in the world. Users want to have that unmistakable Office experience, and they understand the need to protect the data. We've engineered Office 365 and EMS to be used together to deliver this great, wonderful experience. Again, loved by users, trusted by IT.